He cast the molten copper in his mold, and put it in the water to get cold. Leaning above it, he put his hand, now in his sleeve, as you will understand. You heard me say so, was a silver rod. He took it slyly out, the filthy sod. The priest knew nothing of his treacherous plan, and left it in the bottom of the pan. He fumbled in the water, groped about, and with amazing sleight of hand took out and hid the copper rod with friendly charm, and took the unsuspecting victim's arm, and said to him as if it were a joke, "By God, you're much to blame. Stoop down and poke. Help me as I helped you. That's only fair. Come on, put in your hand and see what's there." The priest took out the silver there and then. The canon said, "We must go out again, taking these rods, all three that we have made, and ask some fellow in the goldsmith trade whether they're anything. I should be distressed to find them less than silver of the best." Well, it's a thing that can be proved forthwith. So off they went to find a silversmith, and gave their metal to a man to try it, with fire and hammer. No one could deny it. All were as should be, silver, unalloyed. Was that besotted cleric overjoyed? Never was bird gladder to greet the day. Never was nightingale in depth of May more joyful in her eagerness to sing, nor lady lustier in caroling, or in her talk of love and womanhood, nor knightly soul more eager to do good in deeds of arms to please his chosen lady, than was the priest to learn that gracious shady business. And he addressed the canon thus: "For love of God, who died for all of us, and if I may deserve so much of you, what will that powder cost me? Tell me, do." "By Our Lady," said the canon, "for a buyer, I warn you it's expensive, save one friar and I myself. There's no one who can make it, not in all England." "Never mind, I'll take it," the priest replied. "For God's sake, what's the price?" "It's dear," he said, "but at a sacrifice. Since you're a friend, and really want to bid, God help me, it is yours for 40 quid. But for the kindness that you showed before, in lending me a mark, it would be more." This priest at once collected 40 pound in gold pieces, and he took them round to give the canon for his recipe, whose work in life was fraud and treachery. "Sir priest," said he, "I look for no renown in this my art. In fact, I play it down. So, if you love me, keep the matter quiet. If people knew my skill, there'd be a riot. By God, there'd be such envy and defiance against me for philosophy and science, I should be killed. There'd be no other way." "Why, God forbid," the priest said. "Killed, you say? Better to squander all the wealth I had to save you, if I didn't send me mad, dear God, than see you suffer such an ill." "You have a solid reason for goodwill," the canon said. "Good-bye, and many thanks," and off he went, this prince of mountebanks. The priest never set eyes on him again after that day. I hardly need explain that when he tried experiments, the priest had no success whatever, not the least. The powder wouldn't work. It was a monk. He had been tricked. It was a mock. He had been tricked, and made a laughing-stock. That was the canon's way of introduction, when bringing down poor people to destruction.